All right, so the first step in our printmaking process is we have to make our sketch. Now, this sketch is actually going to be a little bit more fleshed out than what our normal sketches are. So if you want to sketch on a different piece of paper and then come to this one, that's fine. This box is 7.5 by 4.5 inches, and that's actually the exact size of your printmaking plate, because we are going to be cutting this out and using it to transfer to our printmaking plate. So don't be like, oh, I'm just going to extend beyond. No, it's got to be this size, okay? Now you can go vertical like this, or if you want to draw it horizontally, that's fine as well. And for this particular project, we are going to be looking at the artist Betsy Bowen, a Minnesota native. Woohoo, Minnesota. So make sure, we talked about her in class, make sure you're referencing back to that work as like your stylistic inspiration. So she does a lot of animals, especially Minnesotan animals. I think I am going to do a cardinal in the style of some of her bird pieces. Now, I am looking up a bunch of different pictures of cardinals, because make sure that you are working from image references. Okay, so I am going to start, and I think I'm actually going to turn my paper sideways like this. So I'm going to start sketching on here. And remember, it's going to flip, okay, because the way that we're printmaking with our styrofoam plates, it does flip. So I have to keep that in mind. Now, I'm not doing any words, so it's not going to be a huge deal for me. But if you really, really, really want your bird or your cow or whatever it is you're drawing on one side and not the other, it's going to be kind of a big deal, okay? And I put that branch a little bit too high. So I'm just going to lightly sketch. And once I'm done with that, I will show you the next step. All right, so now that I have my general sketch done, I need to kind of flesh it out and make it so that it looks more like what I want it to look like. Now, remember, it's gonna invert the colors, okay? So if it's white on this paper, it's gonna be printed on the other paper. If it's black on this paper, it's gonna be white when you finally print it. And that's just how our styrofoam printing works. So when I'm thinking about that, that tells me if I leave my branches like this, they are gonna be white instead of black, which is very opposite of what I want, because I wanna copy Betsy Bowen's work. So I have to start thinking about, okay, I need to invert some of my colors, and I'm okay with my bird having a white outline and stuff like that, but I really don't want my branches to be that way. So what I think I might do is I'll kind of switch them up, and maybe there's going to be snow on them or something, and that stuff will be white, and then it'll just have kind of a white outline and maybe some white see-through spots like this instead. Okay, now remember with this, we can't go too small or too detailed, because we're using styrofoam. It's not the most detail-oriented type of printmaking plate, but it works really well for what we're gonna do. So don't go teeny, tiny, and don't try to be okay, I'm gonna put 80 bajillion little feather lines in here. No, that's not gonna work, okay? So once I am done with this, I am then going to take this and move it onto my plate, and I will show you how to do that in a different video.